Just to make sure. It's gone good. Okay. All right.
7 speedsters, 1 tournament, and a host who makes the Squid Game frontman look like a customer service rep. We took the fastest
Alright, let's
characters
see
ever put on a
this.
screen across comics, cartoons, movies, TV, and threw them all into one single elimination bracket, and built a track that starts in a stadium and ends at the literal beginning of time. This isn't a debate video. There's no tier list. This is a full tournament with real rules, real
Okay.
eliminations, and one winner who earns it in a way that should end the conversation for good. If you think you already know who wins, then stay till the end, because the last thing standing at the finish line isn't who most people expect. Round 1, the 10,000 meter sprint. The card goes up. The screen
10,000
behind
meters
the
sprint.
black flash reads, Top 6 shall advance. 7th place gets eliminated. 10,000 meters, a
Okay.
standard ultra distance track race. Nothing cosmic, nothing supernatural, at least not yet.
Just a
All they
run,
need to
just
do
a
is just
run,
run
okay.
and not finish last. On paper, this should be the round where everyone looks competitive. The gun fires, and for about 4 seconds it actually is competitive. Dash Par launches off the blocks like he's been fired from a cannon, and the stadium loses its mind watching a 10-year-old in a backpack immediately gap grown adults. A-Train is right there with him, in full Mach 3 with his compression gear and his PR manager already standing in the stands ready to film the highlights reel. These two look like the story of this race and the crowd is completely bought in. Then someone in the upper deck squints and taps the person next to them. Hey, look there. Look at them. Crowd turns because in lanes 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, something is off. Barry Allen is jogging, not warming up, not pacing himself strategically, just genuinely jogging at the kind of pace you'd use to get to the
Damn,
fridge
bro's-
during a commercial
bro's
break.
messing
Wally West
around.
beside him looks even more relaxed than that. Sonic is eating a chili dog mid-race, and nobody on Earth can explain where it came from. Makari, on the other hand, is doing hip stretches while running. Quicksilver looks like he's on a hotel treadmill and is already thinking about what he's having for dinner. A-Train sees this. You can watch the moment it lands on his face. His eyes track left, find Barry's feet. Barry is freaking jogging while A-Train is at Mach 3, the fastest he has ever been in his
Damn.
entire career. And this man is jogging next to him like they're in a park. He looks at Barry and says, Bro, are you trying right now? The wind takes the question. Nobody answers it. All 6 advance. Wally, Barry, Sonic, Makari, then Quicksilver, followed by A-Train, who finishes looking like he just woke up from a nightmare. Dash Par is 7th.
Oh,
He gives
no.
absolutely everything he has in him. His legs moving faster than any child's legs have ever moved in history. But 10,000 meters outlasts him. The distance is just too long to hold a full super sprint at that age, against 6 adults who haven't even started trying yet. The gap at the line is small enough to hurt. The whole stadium stands up for him before the
But
result.
but Sonic isn't an adult. Were they like but Sonic isn't an adult. He's like 15, 16 now. Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe he's meaning it in a sense that Sonic has been doing this for a lot longer. Like he's been doing this, you know, since he was like a kid.
Even posts.
Maybe.
He walks to the front row, crosses his arms, and watches the rest of the
Damn.
tournament like someone who is mentally already training for the rematch. Dash Par, gone.
Instead of
6
years,
remain.
yeah.
Round 2, New York to LA, 5 minutes. The
Well,
black flash
canonically,
steps
though,
up
since
and
we're-
the screen reads
so.
4,500 kilometers. You have 5 minutes. Fail the timer and you're eliminated. Math on this
Ooh,
one is simple
A-Train
and it
is
is not kind. Crossing the continental United States in 5 minutes requires an average speed of roughly Mach 70. That number matters most to
Damn.
one person specifically, A-Train, whose entire brand, sponsorship deal, PR team, and identity as the fastest man alive is built on a top speed of Mach 3. He would need to be 23 times faster than his absolute
my
ceiling
God.
to survive this round, which is the kind of information that changes a person's face in real time.
So
His
A-Train
PR
is
manager does the math on her tablet, stares at the screen, types it again because she thinks she made an error, confirms she did not make an error, and places the tablet face down on her lap without saying a single word. Round 2 begins. The gun fires. The Flash, Sonic, Makari, and Quicksilver vanish. Not Blur, not Streak, they are simply not there anymore, and the shockwave they leave behind sets off car alarms for 6 blocks. A-Train runs. He really runs, gives everything he has poured into his legs, burning across the country, and it would genuinely be impressive if there was anyone around to watch it, but the others are already in California. He makes it to the Arizona desert before his legs tell him the truth. He stops, alone with the dust everywhere. heat pressing down from every direction, and then a golden streak passes him so fast the shockwave lifts him clean off the ground, and his branded, sponsored, custom logo sunglasses fly off his face and land 20 meters behind him in the
Damn.
sand. It's Makari. She's already finished and just coming back to see what happened to the stragglers. A-Train looks at his sunglasses in the dirt for a long moment, but doesn't pick them up, then pulls out his phone and says, "I need a car." The 5-minute timer expires. His tracker shows him stationary somewhere outside of Flagstaff. The judges don't deliberate. A-Train, gone. 5 remain.
A-Train is
Round
gone.
3. 1 billion kilometers.
Didn't know it's
Maintain
gonna be
light
Sonic and the
speed.
Flash.
The black flash holds up the card and the
Maybe.
screen shows a cosmic loop.
1
Earth's
billion
orbit out past the moon,
kilometers.
curving around Saturn's rings and back. 1 billion kilometers. The rule printed beneath it
Damn.
is 4 words. Maintain light speed. No exceptions.
Maintain
Fall below
light
it
speed.
and your molecules begin to destabilize. The track isn't trying to beat you. Your own biology is. Light speed is 300,000 kilometers per second. Quicksilver's ceiling is around 1,700 meters per second on its
Oh, so
absolute best
Quicksilver
day.
is cooked.
Those two numbers don't belong in the same sentence, and everyone in this competition knows it. He suits up anyway because he doesn't know how to not try. He gets out past the atmosphere into actual open space, pushes to the very peak of what his body has ever done, and it still isn't close. He taps out somewhere in low orbit, floating above the curve of the Earth in total silence, and
Damn.
takes it better than A-Train did. Makari, however, lasts significantly longer. She gets deep in the gap between worlds, further than anyone expected, pushing harder than she has in centuries of existing, and nearly makes it. She gets within a fraction of light speed, which almost nobody in this field can match. But a fraction is still a fraction, and at 1 billion kilometers, fractions compound into a gap her biology
both
can't
cooked.
close. He feels it before the device can confirm it. Pulls out clean, watches the final 3 as distant streaks of light somewhere near Saturn's rings, and doesn't say a word about it. Quicksilver, gone. Makari, gone. Only 3 remain.
Damn.
Barry Allen, Wally West, and Sonic the Hedgehog. Round 4. Race to
Wow.
the beginning of time. The Black Flash flips the final card to them. There's no stadium for this one. No crowd, no timer, no scoreboard anymore. Just a tunnel, or the closest thing language can describe as a tunnel, built out of collapsing light and fractured history. You look into it and you see everything at once. Dinosaurs, pyramids, battlefields, cities that haven't even been built yet, stars being born, stars dying, and then the long dark silence that comes after all of it. The entire story of existence folded into a single corridor. The rule from the Black Flash is 5 words. First one to the start wins. Sonic moves through history the way he
Damn.
moves through everything. Like chaos is just another course he's memorized. He hits the Ice Age in full stride, cuts through extinctions and empires and burning centuries without missing a beat, reading the tunnel the way a veteran reads a track. He's extraordinary in here, faster than anything born on a physical planet, genuinely having the time of his life in a corridor made of all of time. When he finishes second, he comes out shaking his head with a grin on his face, which tells you everything
Second.
about who Sonic is as a person. But what about Barry Allen? Barry moves at a speed that makes Sonic look slow, and still loses for the most ridiculous reason imaginable. Every few 100 million years, he sees a moment in the fabric of time that looks fragile, and goes around it instead of through it. A butterfly he doesn't want to disturb, a timeline he doesn't want to crack. He's protecting the structural integrity of all of history while trying to win a race through it, and he can't make himself stop doing it even when the trophy is right there. Barry, coming out third, immediately scanning the surroundings, and asks, "Is the Cretaceous period still intact? Did anyone check the Cretaceous period?" Sonic, catching his breath, "Barry, you just lost a race to the beginning of time." Barry, "I know, but the timeline is clean." Wally West, however, does not race through the tunnel. He doesn't run to the beginning of time. Instead, he closes his eyes, finds his connection to the Speed Force, which isn't something he uses, but something he is and chooses to be there. The Speed Force doesn't carry him across the distance. It agrees with him that the distance doesn't exist. Wally isn't faster than the universe. He's the thing the universe made speed out of. And that thing doesn't travel anywhere because it's already
But
everywhere
then
it
he
needs to be.
didn't
He was at the
run.
beginning of time before the others cleared the first era, standing in the silence before the first atom, before anything had a name or a reason to exist. No fanfare, no celebration, just Wally West, alone at the edge of everything, exactly where he belongs. Your winner, Wally West. So many
Damn.
speedsters walked into this tournament, but none of them went undefeated today, except for one competitor that ran every round, kept pace with everyone, got every single shot,
Oh, the
never slowed
cameraman.
down, never got eliminated, and walked off set without breaking so much as a sweat. And no, it isn't Wally West if that's what you're thinking. It's the cameraman. We don't talk about the guy, we really don't. If you enjoyed this, drop a like,
See,
comment who
the
you thought would
cameraman
win before
actually
the
won.
race started, and subscribe for more tournaments like this. I'll see you in the next one.
So is the cameraman is no. Oh, what? Damn.